Here we go.
Let's make it a good day. We do it our own way. Let's make it a good day. Oh, no matter what they say. Oh, yeah,
yeah. And good morning, everyone, and welcome to another split edition of The Jason Show, Day 2 at the Minnesota State Fair. I'm Jason Matheson, live here at the Fox 9 building at the Minnesota State Fair, and joining me live from Eden Prairie is my sidekick sister from another mister, the beautifully talented Kendall Mark. Hello, Kendall.
Hi, Jason. I saw that you were getting rid of some water earlier. You were squeegeeing the sidewalk?
Yeah, literally, it was like a biblical story out here earlier. We had floods. Anyway, we're kind of we like to kind of pull the curtain back. By the way, can you have them in the studio turn down the volume? Because I'm hearing myself back like 4 times. Anyway, we're kind of on a slope here, and obviously we had horrible rain yesterday. Poor fairgoers and vendors. Well, the rain just kind of sat here and kind of pooled on top of one of our tents. And executive producer Jeff, I will take none of the credit, executive producer Jeff popped it, took a broomstick, and it went all over the place. It was like something Dr. Lee would perform. And you can see me squeegeeing. Yes, I did manual labor, Kendall. I squeegeed our area, hard manual labor on our Instagram account. You can just go to Jason Show TV. But anyway, we're making the most of it. We're having a good time out here. Day 2 of our fence. Yesterday, we had a baby emerge from the top of the fence. Who knows what's going to happen today? If things go bad, I'm just going to climb the fence and escape. But, you know, I'll hold off on that until around 10:40-ish. But
okay.
How are you doing? Forget about me. How you doing?
I'm doing well. I'm heading to the fair after this. Gonna have a little fun with photographer Eric. I'm gonna eat some food. I did see before everyone else saw, I saw that you have something on the table that might rhyme with iskits.
Yeah, you know, I would love for people to watch every day and follow me on social, but obviously, you know, people don't know that other than this and the radio show, I have a third job. I own a bakery that's very close to me. It's called Betty and Earls Biscuit Kitchen. It opened at Rosedale Center at Potluck in 2019. Well, I'm trying not to cry here, but we are at the Minnesota State Fair, and you're looking at 2 of our items. That is the dual berry shortcake. Chip will get a close-up of that. That is our original biscuit, homemade, by the way, baked here at the fair, covered in fresh blueberries and strawberries with homemade whipped cream, $7. And then, look, I'm a little biased, but I will say I think this is the breakfast bargain of the fair. That is our original biscuit, 2 giant hand-dipped chicken tenders, a load of scrambled eggs, and a honey sriracha, also for $7. Easily feeds 2 people, but all kidding aside, I'm really proud, you know this. Again, I'm trying not to cry. Betty and Earls is named after my papa and my mama. I'm a southern guy, and my papa made these biscuits my entire growing up. They're homemade, you know, we fly in the flour, and I perfected the recipe over years and years. And the fact, you know, and they were dirt poor, Kendall. I mean, they lived in a house about the size of the square that I'm standing in right now. So I had kind of a moment yesterday. I saw their name at the fair, and I just thought, you know, and I lost them several years ago, and I thought to myself, what would they think seeing their name on a menu at a state fair? I just had a lot of gratitude, and, you know, and I feel a lot of gratitude for Fox allowing me to mention this, and people have tried it, and they love it. Dara from Minneapolis St. Paul Magazine, food editor, named it one of her top things, the chicken sandwich, and all of you that have tried it, and I'm hearing great things. Again, try not to cry. It just means a lot to me. So it's at the State Fair at Lulu's. We've teamed up with them, Lulu's Public House at the West End Market, that new market area. So I'm really proud. So try it, and thank you in advance for your support. So Kendall, you better try one when you come out today.
I'm going to. I know before you opened, you brought some in. You were kind of sampling things out. And I will say, even before you opened your store, I was like, these are divine. They're absolutely amazing. And all of us here, obviously, all the crew, we're just really, really happy for you guys too. And for you and for your family, for Colin. This is really, really amazing. And we're excited. All right. So before anybody gets emotional over here, let's talk about the hot dish. Again, just using my hands. All right, big news for Dancing with the Stars fans. We learned who will be the first 2 contestants on this fall's 30th season. One of them you should know pretty well. Gold medal gymnast from St. Paul, Suni Lee, and YouTube star JoJo Siwa will both vie for the Mirror Ball trophy. Now JoJo, who just came out actually very recently, will be paired with a woman, marking the first time there's been a same-sex team. Expectations will be high for Suni, of course. Gymnasts have fared well on the show. Lori Hernandez and Sean Johnson both actually won in the past. The full cast will be revealed on September 8th. Now, gymnasts do really well. Figure skaters, people who have sort of that dancing background, Jason. I'm really interested. So we'll be cheering for Suni, of course. I'm really interested in seeing JoJo. Traditional dance, it's a man and a woman dancing together. So just the idea that it's 2 female contestants together should be pretty cool to watch. What do you think?
Yeah, look, I love it. Representation matters. Obviously, as a member of that community, I'm really happy because it means something. It means something to young people to watch a network and to see themselves reflected back to them means something. I wish I had more of that when I was growing up. I just had Jim J. Bullock and on Too Close for Comfort. Anyway, thank you. The old crew that's around my age, they're the only ones who know who Jim J. Bullock is. Anyway, but as far as Suni, look, I want her. If the producers of Dancing with the Stars are watching, you know what we didn't think of, Kendall? She needs to be paired with another Minnesotan, pro Alan Burston. They need to have a Minnesota power team. That's who her pro should be. I don't mean to tell the producers what to do, but Kendall, right? She has to be with Alan.
Oh, that'd be perfect. And then they could show us how to dance, you and me.
That's a harder mountain to climb. Again, all stereotypes aren't real. I'm not good at flowers, and I'm a gay guy that can't dance. It's like, that's about it. So, no.
Those hips don't lie. Those hips don't lie, Jason. Next in the dish, everybody, ABC dropped the trailer for the Wonder Years reboot, so come back to the TV. It looks great, and it's been much different than the original. See what we mean?
Front of the box, watch the fastball. Back of the box, watch the curve. If you got a problem with the way I coach, say so. But you stick to the do-re-mis, and I stick to the 1, 2, 3.
That doesn't even make sense. He just rhymed.
Some people didn't feel like we needed to mix black people with white people.
I didn't understand all that.
What's happening, Chad? How's it going, Quentin?
Black Jesus, you're trying too hard.
But I decided what my bag would be. The Great Uniter.
Think about how blessed it'd be to have our teams play each other.
Why would you want to play with a bunch of white boys?
Why does that matter? How do you know if you don't try? Isn't that what you're always telling me?
What would you do if
I feel different everywhere I go. When I'm with Corey and Brad, we all feel different. I finally get to feel the same as everybody else.
The coming-of-age series follows a black family in Montgomery, Alabama in the 1960s. Now, Fred Savage, who starred in the original, directed the pilot, and you might recognize the voice of that narrator. Yeah, it's legend Don Cheadle. It debuts on ABC next month. I watched this full trailer, Jason. I know we've been talking about this. There's so many reboots of shows, but this is one I think we both agree we're really excited for because it's actually different. They're changing things up from the first one and just the people behind it, too.
Yeah, you've heard me say this 1,000 times. If they're going to reboot, if networks and movie studios are going to reboot properties, there has to be a reason. Don't just remake something because it's cheap and you know audiences are going to come because it's a known title. There has to be a reason to reboot something, and what a great reason. See what I said, we can refer to what I said on the last story. representation matters. And what a great concept for the Wonder Years. It is the Wonder Years, but from a different perspective. I just feel old because, you know, when we were watching the original Wonder Years in the 80s and into the 90s, the 50s and 60s felt so far away, and now it's like, oh, the Wonder Years now is in the 70s. That means it's kind of for me, and I don't like that feeling. But no, the trailer looks great. The production value looks amazing. This is one I haven't watched a lot of on network television. I'm actually going to watch this over on ABC. This looks really good.
Absolutely. Next in the dish, we have an update for all of you. And a member of the Jason Show family really does need your support. So listen up. Curtis Wilson, he's the guy with the best mullet in Minnesota. He was just on the show the other day. Is currently in 9th place in his quest for best mullet in America. Now, voting, you can vote for who has the best mullet, will continue through Sunday. In order to cast your ballot, you just have to go to mulletchamp.com, not champion, just champ.com. If you've forgotten who Curtis is, here's a reminder. How could you forget those luscious locks? Check it out. Oh, the zoom in was fantastic. Thank you, Ted. Jason, you really enjoyed talking to Curtis. We got to get him in. We got to get him to be number one.
We have to. I say this about the radio audience, and I say it about our audience. We have the best TV audience in daytime. I always joke, if we ask people to buy a zebra, they'll buy a zebra. So they're going to get them to number one. I know all of you watching, it's really easy. I did it. Don't be afraid of spam emails. Subscribe. You know, you just have to give your Facebook and then unsubscribe right after you vote. I did it last week or whenever Curtis was on. I received nothing, no spam emails, so don't worry about that. And it took me about 1 minute and 30 seconds. So I really want Curtis to win. So let's before we do anything else, Chip, can you take a shot?
Oh, no.
Look, this is the dedication of our crew right here. That is photographer Eric holding the monitor. To show him the monitor, Eric, so I can see what the audience is seeing at home, because we do not have a stand out here. So I have a human stand holding the monitor so I can see what you all are seeing. That is dedication.
Eric's best gig
Nothing
yet.
but the best for the Jason Show. That's right. I'll send it back to you. I'll see you back out here in a few minutes.
Sounds good. Everybody, Curtis, you can vote for him at mulletchamp.com. Still ahead, kids in California are asked what a Karen is, and their answer's hilarious. Plus, Jason pours one of the first beers at the state fair. Yes, Mr. Matheson and beer. How does he do? Well, we'll find out. And then Jason chats with local artist Adam Turman, and where you can find him and his artwork at the state fair.
Do you know what a Karen is?
Yeah.
What's a Karen?
It's a person who's really selfish and only cares about themselves, and they want everything to be for them. A rich person? A crazy person?
What's another word for a Karen?
Cow?
Do you know any Karens?
My dad's seen one, but I've never seen one in my life.
Where'd your dad see a Karen?
I think it was at a Walmart. Well, my grandparents are kind of Karens. My teacher's a Karen, and we know somebody who's a Karen.
What do you think Karens like to eat?
I would just say mostly ramen.
Why do Karens like ramen so much?
They just look like someone that would eat ramen a lot.
Can you do an impression of a Karen?
Okay. I want to speak to the manager because this is unacceptable. You can't come rolling down with a motorcycle down here. It's really noisy. My dogs are barking.
What
I absolutely love that. What is a Karen? All of the above on Kimmel last night. Jason, what do you think about those kids?
That is why here's the deal, and this is, you know, I jokingly make fun of kids. I love kids, but this is why kids are either great television or they do this.
Yeah.
They just clam up.
Yep.
But when you get them and they say whatever's on their mind, because they're so brutally honest, you know, because you know me, I love a good TV moment, a good live TV moment. There's nothing better than a kid. Well, like we showed yesterday, that kid who was eating a new fair food and the owner of that restaurant's right next to him. And I asked him how he liked it, and he goes, I don't like it. I'm like, that's beautiful. That is, I live for those moments. But yeah, way to go. It's a great bit for Kimmel.
And as we all found out, Karens eat ramen. More late night, Camila Cabello was on with Fallon last night. She addressed rumors that she's possibly engaged to Shawn Mendes. Take a look.
All sorts of rumors flying around. You did this TikTok video, okay? And there you are.
I do TikToks nowadays.
Yes, and it was a giant TikTok thing. But then look here, it looks like there's a ring on that finger.
Ooh, is this news?
And this is
no, guys. Sorry, I cut you off.
Wait, but that's it? Wait, do you want me to ask?
Over to you.
You already know what I'm going to ask?
Oh,
Did Shawn Mendes ask you to marry him?
He has not, and I am not engaged. I swear to God, I don't know what hand the engagement ring goes on. So sometimes I'll just like put it on my ring finger. And I mean, I'd actually like you to enlighten me. Which hand is the engagement hand? Because I don't know. My parents.
Okay, I know that sounds crazy. Camila says that she doesn't know which hand it is, but I must admit, I was also one of those people for a while that didn't really know which hand all that went on. She is in the new Cinderella movie, which is why she was on the show, which will be released next week on Amazon Prime. That movie looks great. Jason, I know how you feel about Shawn Mendes and Camila Cabello. I believe her that she doesn't know which hand an engagement ring on. I didn't know until I got engaged.
First of all, I'll lead with positivity. She looks lovely. Second of all, how can you not know what ring, finger, an engagement ring goes on?
What?
Number 3, they're still weird. They're still weird. I love love most days of the week, but I don't. There's just something, and Kendall, I know you disagree with me. There's just something, you know how when you drink a beverage and and it leaves kind of like a weird aftertaste? There's a weird aftertaste with those two, and I don't know what it is. But hey, if they're happy, I'm happy for them.
Okay, yes, the relationship thing, I feel you, but I'm 100% dead honest, Jason. I thought you wore your diamond ring, if you get a diamond ring, on the right hand when you were engaged, and you moved it over when you were married. I hand to Bible, thought that for the longest time. So she couldn't.
Okay, I can kind of understand that, but I don't know. But the whole, like, oh, I don't know what finger. Come on, you know what finger it goes on. Let's not. Come on.
Attention.
Oh well. Hey, I'm happy. They're delightful. I wish them years or months of happiness.
Nothing but the best. All right, next in the dish. Hello, where are we going? The ditch? That would stink. The much anticipated Princess Diana biopic is coming out soon. It stars Kristen Stewart as Princess Di. Now a teaser trailer for Spencer just dropped. Check this out.
Ma'am? They're waiting for you.
They know everything. They don't.
Ooh, the movie follows as Princess Diana decides to end her marriage with Prince Charles. It will debut in theaters in November. I'm really curious after seeing this what you think, Jason. My quick take is this. I love The Crown because a lot of the actors playing these people that we love and cherish are people that I don't know who they are. So I can kind of get lost in the story. I see this and I just see Kristen Stewart. So I'm going to see it. I have mixed feelings though. What do you think?
Great observation. I thought that on my first viewing, I watched it like 3 times. Admittedly, until I heard her interview on Howard Stern, I wasn't a huge fan of Kristen, but just like every other Howard Stern interview, I became a bigger fan of hers. So I'm going to lead with the positive, but I'm sort of with you. This is what's strange, Kendall. I wasn't buying it until that last scene when she spoke, because she speaks like Diana. And if that's the performance, I'm all in. And I can forget for 2 hours that she's Kristen Stewart, vampire girl. I can go with that she's Princess Diana.
I'm so glad you said that, because I think that the voice does trigger like a, oh wow, she sounds and everything is just like her. So again, that one will premiere in November. Next in the dish, now this is actually a really sweet story. So TikTokers, everybody is on TikTok and seems like they can get like a hold of anyone who's famous. A TikTok user got Mandy Patinkin emotional this week when she asked the actor about one of his iconic moments from The Princess Bride. Now, Mandy played Inigo Montoya. You guys remember, he famously says, "You killed my father, prepare to die." Just like that. The TikTok user says her dad actually did just pass away, and that was his favorite scene from his favorite movie. So she asked Mandy if it was true that he was thinking about his own father, who had just died of cancer, when he delivered that line. And here was Mandy's response.
Secondly, it is true, 100% true. I went outside in this castle and walked around the what do they call it, where they cut the brushes and everything. Yeah. They cut the bushes to make like a maze, you know, in the castle. Yeah. And I kept talking to my dad, and I said, "Dad, I'm going to get this guy." From the minute I read the script, I knew. I said to Kath, I said, "I'm going to do this part because in my mind, if I get this 6-fingered guy, that means I killed the cancer that killed my dad, and I'll get to visit my dad." And that moment was coming. I went and I played that scene with Chris, and then I went back out there and talked to my dad. And so you can talk to your dad anytime you want, anywhere you want.
Oh, wow. That was Mandy's wife, Kathy, that's with him talking right now. They've been married for more than 40 years. Now, when you originally read this story, you're like, oh, Mandy Patinkin, yeah, it's a fun character. And I remember that line, but knowing that and hearing that from him, and all these years later, it still is this really beautiful, emotional moment. That was cool to hear.
I love him. I love him in Criminal Minds, and he's really good this season. You know, it's a show I've been championing. The Good Fight, the spinoff of The Good Wife on Paramount Plus. Mandy is a recurring character in this season, season 5, which actually just wrapped up this week. He's so good, and that's so. How can you not tear up watching that? Now, I don't mean to change the subject, but Kendall, you know, we're behind a fence here at the Fox 9 area, and my voice carries. Come here, Chip. Executive producer Jeff has spotted the outline of humans behind here. Now I'm gonna poke here, and I'm gonna see if they poke back. Here we go. Okay. Here we go. Oh, there's a hand.
It's like the
Look
aliens.
at that. Hold on. Now, Kendall, I'm gonna Hi, everybody. Hi, Chip. Can you raise the camera over real quick to see the people?
Oh,
Hi.
Yeah. Oh, Chip, great
Can you guys do me a favor? I need to be rescued. Call Bill Dahlman at Care 11. Can you do that? Bill Dahlman. He's over there. He used to be our boss. Now he's the boss over there. We need to be rescued. Thanks for coming, everybody. Go get a biscuit. Go get a biscuit. Thank you. Man. Okay.
Oh,
humans, Kendall. Humans.
Thank you, Jason.
It's fantastic.
Yes, we see them and we still see them.
More. They're still there, yeah. More with us from the Minnesota State Fair, and more with Kendall and our studios back in Eden Prairie right after this. Back in a moment, everyone.
Let's make it a good day. We do it our own way. Let's make it a good day. Oh, no matter what they say. Oh, yeah.
Welcome back. It is day 2 of the Minnesota State Fair. Special split edition of the Jason Show. We'll go back to Eden Prairie with Kendall in just a few minutes. You guys know this. I have a radio show, too, that I do 6 to 9 over there on My Talk 107.1. My executive producer over there, her name is Dawn McLean. She's a regular guest on our show as well. She is actually just a dear friend of mine as well. She's one of the most fascinating people I've ever met. Not only, because she was in Missouri before she came here. She was a huge radio star in Missouri. But she skydives. She's a radio star. She acts, she sings. She's also a paranormal investigator. That's how you probably know her from her appearances here. You're looking at some video. This is Dawn at a recent overnight excursion to a haunted house where she's sitting in a haunted closet with most likely a haunted doll that probably transferred their evil spirit onto Dawn. But that's a whole other story. I recently chatted with Dawn out here at the Minnesota State Fair as she gets ready to launch a new project. We talked about that project and, of course, paranormal weirdness. Where did you, I don't even think I know this, where did you become or how did you become interested in paranormal stuff?
Oh, wow. Okay, so
I don't think I know this about you.
Well, I grew up in a house that was kind of weird, you know? I thought that there were 3 monsters in my closet, and I think there actually were some things in there. I called them Frankenstein, Bloody Mary, and I think Dracula. And so I pretended to make friends with them because I thought, okay, well, I'll just talk to them. I would be up until 4 a.m., just terrified, you know, and then come to find out my mom sees apparitions in our house. I'm like, okay, well, that's nice of you to tell me now. So that's kind of how it started.
And I'm not being goofy, we'll call it a gift, or maybe senses. Your senses, correct me if I'm wrong, have heightened recently, haven't they?
Crazy, yeah.
How does it manifest itself?
Well, I just started seeing and hearing people, almost like a little movie that plays in my head, and they will come to me and show me something about themselves and even a full name. And so here's the problem. This is new for me, and I don't know who they belong to. I'm like, do you know a woman named Yuko who had a flute in the 1940s? I mean, it's weird. So, but it helps me.
Yuko had a flute in the 1940s.
I'm serious.
Eric, do you know a Yuko? No? Okay.
She has on a blue dress with little stars. She has a flute, but then she has Parkinson's, and it turns into a spoon. And she lets me know that that's how she passed. So anyway, this kind of has helped with investigations.
I was just going to ask, is this helping? Because Dawn, you guys know, part of the Twin Cities Paranormal Society. Does it help with when you go into a house?
You would not believe the last investigation we did. I saw the guy, he came to me full, you know, and I described them. They didn't know what was in their house. And I said, I see this guy. He kind of is balding around the sides of his head. I described a lot of things and they go, oh my gosh, that's Uncle so-and-so. And so that helped us connect with him. And we got so much evidence from this case. We've never gotten as much evidence.
Because you've been on the show before explaining this, and obviously the radio show, but the way it works is families contact you guys at the Twin Cities Paranormal Society, then you go, and it's not as dramatic as you see on the shows.
Absolutely
it's a real thing. It's a real service.
And we are scientific based. I want to make that a point. We don't use psychics usually. I just have this thing going and might never come again. I don't know, but yeah.
So the latest case, you walk into is this the latest case when you walked in and you saw the bald guy?
I actually saw him on the way a couple days before, and so
a couple days before you went into the house?
Yeah, yep. Yeah, I did. I was like, I don't know what this is. So then I asked them, you know, do you know anyone who looks like this and would say these things? And they were like, oh my gosh, you know, that person passed away. It's our uncle. And they showed me a picture of him, and it is the spitting image of what I saw.
Who you saw?
Because I said he kind of looks like the BTK killer.
Wouldn't that be great to hear? Here's Dawn, paranormal investigator in your house, and you're seeing the BT.
But no, it's the spitting image, and the things that he said. So, you know, but and then we went in with that information, and then we did scientific things that, you know, measure EMF and all the things we do with full spectrum cameras to catch stuff, and we did.
Well, and if you guys want, all kidding aside again, they're serious. It's not a joke. It's not.
We don't charge anything.
Yeah. Twin Cities Paranormal Society. Okay, in our minute left, I am especially proud of you because Dawn is the executive producer of the radio show, of my radio show. But Dawn has her own thing now, and I'm so proud. Tell everyone about your podcast.
Well, it's called News from the Krabby Coffee Shop, and it involves our traffic dude, Kenny, and he is very crabby.
He's very crabby.
And John Haidt. This is a Garage Logic spinoff.
Yeah.
It was weird. We did our first one today, and it went pretty well. I don't know. Kenny thinks it was terrible, but he's always like that. So
Kenny thinks everything is terrible,
yes,
actually. Yeah.
Yes, and you'll be on actually next Thursday with us.
Yeah, next Thursday.
11 a.m.
And you're going to do the second one from the fair, too.
Yes.
Okay, so
Hopefully you'll be there.
I'll be there. News from the Krabby Coffee Shop. I'll say this again in a minute, but download it wherever you find podcasts. That's right. I'm so proud of them. Podcast One, B. Dalton, wherever you get your podcasts. Okay, now Kendall and the audience at home, we have a surprise. Obviously, I'm behind a fence here, blocked off from the public here at the Minnesota State Fair, but that doesn't stop the public from coming to me. Patty, are you out there?
I'm here, I got you.
Okay, Patty, why are you here?
To see Ted, of course.
Ted, oh, to see you.
Ted.
You love Ted?
Yes, I'm his fan club.
Okay, let's see. There.
I am Ted's fan club.
Okay. Are you single?
I am not, but I have a lot of coworkers that are single.
Oh, you have coworkers that are single.
Yes, and I would love to set Ted up.
You would love to set Ted up.
Yes.
Okay.
I have coworkers.
Go ahead and give your phone number right here on the air. Go ahead. I'm just joking. Thank you, Patty. I love you. Hello, everybody else. Again, call Care 11 and save me, please. Okay. Anyway, we're going to have more fun. Ted? Ted, did you hear that? I have a fair full of people lined up to date you. We're going to have more fun here at the fair. Plus, back in the studio with Kendall and Adam Turman's here when we come back. Welcome back to day 2 at the Minnesota State Fair. Thanks for watching, everyone. Hope you're having a really good Friday. Well, I had a really good end of Thursday because we were kindly invited right across the street. Our neighbors at the legendary Ballpark Cafe invited us over to pour the first beer, kinda, of the season, their legendary mini donut beer. So, of course, we said yes. So we grabbed some friends, grabbed a very eager Stephanie Hansen, and went over to the Ballpark Cafe. Okay, we are very excited. It's the kickoff of the fair. I'm here at the Ballpark Cafe, right across from Fox 9. They always play us. We love it. And this is Brad from Liftbridge, and he is going to show me the proper way to pour a beer before I serve. And then it's the mini donut beer we're doing. Their legendary mini donut beer. And look at that. May I? I'm 21. That is fantastic. Now, I'm ready for customers. Hello, ma'am. Welcome to the Ballpark Cafe.
Hello, can I get a mini donut beer, please, Jason?
First, I need to see your ID. Do we ID people here, Brad? We do. I can't tell with the Botox, ma'am. It looks fantastic. Would you like a 12 or a 20?
20.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm in Rome. Get the big beer.
Why am I asking?
I heard that you're having trouble with help. Is that why they have you pouring the beer?
It's rough times in the Jason Show. Here we go. All the way to the bottom, right?
Yep, and all the way open. All the way open.
All the way open.
All the way open.
I don't like a lot of foam, sir.
I don't care what you like. No. Look at that, Brad.
Woo!
Look at that. Oh, sorry. There we go. Cheers. Enjoy it, ma'am.
Cheers.
Cheers to you.
No,
Here,
it's good to be back at the fair.
I conveniently have one too. Cheers.
Can I
get in?
You can, Brad.
Cheers.
There we go. Cheers to the Ballpark Cafe. They're so great over there. I love them. The whole team, they're so gosh darn nice. So thanks for having us. And you guys know this if you watch the show with any regularity. I'm not much of a beer guy. That mini donut beer is really good. And there's a blueberry beer too over at Lulu's that's good. There's a couple out here, and I'm not a big sweet guy either. Both really good. Speaking of sweet, coming next week, I'm going to show you my favorite treat here. Don't tell Hot Trainer, but is the Dairy Building, the sundaes at the Dairy Building right by the haunted house. The caramel sundae. I got one yesterday. I always joke that I want the dairy kids to fill it to the top. I don't want like a half-filled soft serve. I wait all year for this. I think I scared the crap out of this kid because he looked at me like, I better fill this for this little puffy middle-aged man. So I got a big old caramel sundae. So I don't know what they do to that ice cream at the dairy building, but it is the best soft serve ever. So thanks to the dairy kids. Love ya. We're going to take a break. Minnesota institution, yes he is, Adam Turman is here. He's busy, he's doing a mural, a permanent one in the grandstand. He's going to talk to us about that and what you can get here at the fair. That's all Adam Turman when we come back. Back in a moment. The great Bill Medley singing probably the biggest hit to come out of that soundtrack. I've had the time of my life from Dirty Dancing. 34 years ago this week, we saw Baby carry a watermelon. That's right. I love that movie. I had a great date with that movie, with Bernice Corley. She's still my friend to this day. Yeah, I love you, Bernice. It's hard to believe, but this whole show was just a whole bunch of stuff to make me feel old. Anyway, happy birthday, Dirty Dancing. Well, he is a Minnesota institution, and I don't mind saying that. He's one of the nicest guys around. The one and only artist extraordinaire, Adam Turman. Hello, my friend. Well,
hey, everybody.
Wow, you got one clap from
I know.
Jeff. Yeah, you got one.
We're kind of out here all alone with everybody.
Do you like, Adam, do you like the fencing?
I like the fencing, and I must say, when I watched you yesterday, then I came here, and I was like, it's actually lower than I thought it was going to be.
Oh,
because
you
I
thought
saw
the
the
fence
baby
was going to be higher.
I did. I thought it was going to be like maybe 8 foot tall or something.
Yeah.
And then I see the baby going up, and I just thought it was pretty hysterical. And I thought, well, people should probably bring step stools to come and see you.
Yes.
But now you guys apparently have a plan. Anyway.
We have a plan. Yeah. We wanted to make it low enough so Patty could climb it to get to 10. But yeah. Anyway, okay. We have so much to talk about.
Right.
First, can you tell the folks the story of this right here, this print?
So this print, I actually made this back in 2020. So it's been sitting around for a couple of years because we could not be here last year. So now it's finally getting the opportunity to be debuted. And the images, or the iconic characters on this image are from the characters that I painted that are at the north entrance of the State Fair. So, you've got Paul Bunyan, you've got Babe, you've got Fairchild, and then a lot of people get confused by who this is, and we call her the hot dish girl. She's kind of a combo of Marjorie Johnson, who we all know and love, and then Betty Crocker.
Oh!
So it's kind of a combo of that. So, that's why she's got the first, ribbon on, the blue ribbon and all that stuff.
I love the process. I want to know, how does an idea come to you? Like, how did this, because I have your other State Fair print in my house, the bluish tone one.
Yeah.
How did
That's
this?
An old one.
That's
like
I've
2009.
Loved you a long time.
Thank you, Jason. Thank you.
How did this come to you? How did ideas come to you, I should say?
Well, this one was that, it was kind of a bummer when the State Fair was canceled. So, I wanted it. I knew that. Well, actually, I should take it back. I made this before it canceled. So, this is what I think of when I think of the State Fair: having fun, and also food. So.
And the slide.
Right. And I remember, I forget what these are called, these crazy ice cream cones.
The unicorn, with the unicorn.
Yes. And since we were in the grandstand and that's where the unicorn ice cream was, I can't tell you how many times we found the horn of the unicorn on the ground and people would have to walk around it, And so I always thought that was really funny. So anyway, I put that on there too. So that's kind of become an iconic thing for me.
You mentioned the grandstand right behind us. We have some video of it that we got this morning. Or we got a picture of it? Maybe not.
It's there though.
Imagine,
you guys
if you will. Use your imagination. What are you doing over there in the grand? And this is permanent.
It's actually it's permanent on our booth.
Okay.
So as permanent as our booth gets, but I'm painting a large scale version of the giant slide image that you see here.
Oh,
so
cool.
It's live painting, so people can see what I do, how I do it in real time, and we think that that's really fun and interactive for people to do. So.
And we're looking at your store. Look at that. Look at your store.
It's actually, our store is actually from a year ago, maybe?
Okay.
I can't remember, but it'd be 2 years ago.
2 years ago.
So anyway, you know, our booth is even bigger and better than that now. And we have this great lighting and all this stuff, but we have all this great new stuff.
Chip, get a shot.
And
what are some of your favorite stuff, Adam, here on
well,
the table?
you just said that you were not a big beer guy, so here's a whiskey glass for you.
Thank you.
So, you know, and I've been watching you online, and I know that you enjoy that kind of stuff.
I do.
And then we've got, you know, a lot of kitchen things. This is our Blue Ribbon Bargain Book deal that we have, so you can get, actually, it's the tea towel and the Swedish dish towel, so you can get one of those for 50% off if you've got the Blue Ribbon Bargain Book. And then a new series of pieces that I'm doing, I thought I'd bring the Fox. I have a woodland series of prints that I was doing because, you know, while the pandemic happened, I had a lot of time to do art, new art. So I think there's somewhere in the neighborhood of like 14 to 16 new pieces, and they're all woodland creatures. So I thought I'd bring in the Fox, because we're on Fox 9.
Thank you.
Haha, so there you go. So lots of new art. And it's been a really fun ride, and we're so happy to be back here at the fair.
Well, speaking of your ride, I wanted to ask you, I always like to know, like when someone's career turns, like the moment, like maybe they get a call or they're signed up for something or they get an offer. What was the offer, the call, the gig that made you go, wow, this is something, like this is taking off? Was it a mural? Was it the fair? What project of yours made you go, wow, I'm actually a really big deal?
Wow. Well, I think that the catalyst for a lot of the work that I've been able to do was doing Butcher and the Boar. So I painted the mural on the outside of Butcher and the Boar, which is now the Butcher's Tail.
Yeah,
you know, so
beautiful.
So that was a big starter for me to do mural work. Even while the pandemic happened, I was able to do work for Polaris. So I was able to do, well, I'll even back up. I did some work within Polaris for Indian Motorcycle, and that was really, really fun. So that was back in 2019, and I got to design some air covers for one of their sweet motorcycles. And, you know, I got to do what I wanted to do, and it was amazing. So.
Well, and we showed some video of the project in Northfield.
Oh, yes, Northfield. So there's 16 murals that are down in Northfield. And by the way, if you haven't visited Northfield, they're the nicest people ever. The greatest community. I have never gotten so many thank yous and gifts and things like that.
Oh,
from
there they
Northfield.
are, Adam. That's awesome.
So there's some kayakers there. But each tunnel, there's 4 tunnels. Each tunnel has a different theme. So they're all different biomes. So you're looking at the Cannon River now, and then there's also the oak savannas, the prairie, and Nurse Strand Big Woods. So there's the prairie one there with monarch butterflies. So such a fun project. I was so happy to get to do it. That was through the city of Northfield. And again, the people there are just absolutely wonderful. I've never had a project where the community came out in droves to say thank you and thanks for being here and make my day every single day. Well, I even got treats at the end of the day too, like cookies and stuff. It was amazing.
Well, thank you for coming. You know, I love you. I love having you.
I love you too.
I love supporting you. Thank you. Go buy his stuff at the convention center, the grandstand.
Don't go to the convention center. Go to the grandstand.
Don't go to the convention center. It's behind the fence. I'm confused. The great Adam Turman. We're going to take a break. We'll be back right after this.
Thanks, you guys. Thank you. Yay. Oh, my.
And welcome back to day 2 at the Minnesota State Fair. We have just a couple seconds here. We have someone behind the fence. Please approach the fence. What's your name?
My name is Sam Watts.
Where are you from, Sam?
I'm from Mankato, Minnesota.
Any shout-outs you want to give? We have 5 seconds.
I'd like to give a shout-out to my sister, Hannah. Happy birthday.
Thank you very much. There we go. That's our latest interview behind the fence. We're going to take a break to wrap things up when we come back. Back in a moment. Welcome back, everyone. Wrapping things up on day 2 here at the Minnesota State Fair. Kendall, give the folks a little tease. You're coming out here to record stuff for our show. What are you doing?
Yeah, I'm coming out this afternoon. I mean, we're all kind of like, we'll see what happens, because if it's raining, we can't shoot outside. So I'm thinking what we'll do is go in, I'm going to show everybody some of my favorite things that you may have never heard of to do at the fair. Like, Jason, did you know that they have a Christmas tree contest at the fair?
I did. It's funny. You and I are similar. I love the Christmas tree exhibit in that building. It's one of my favorites. I like the smell. Yes. It's one of my favorites.
Yeah, so I'm going to be going out there, trying that out.
I'll meet you over there.
Okay, perfect. And as you know, Monday on the show, we've got Christopher Straub. He's joining you out at the fair. Anything else you're going to be doing out there today?
Well, we're going to be doing more mystery over-the-fence interviews. Let me check one more time, Kendall, as we say goodbye. There's no one over there now. Hello, random strangers. There we go. Look at the people right there. You're on TV. Wave to the folks. Hi. Enjoy that food. And you enjoy your weekend. If you're heading out here to the Minnesota State Fair, have a great time. Thanks to Kendall. Thanks to our crew out here at the fair. And especially thanks to you watching. If you are watching and you're a kid that's being bullied, you go out there and be yourself, because nobody can tell you're doing it wrong. Have a great weekend. We'll see you back here for day 5 of the fair on Monday.